Good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming out here tonight and for taking the time to be here. Tonight I'll briefly be speaking on the field of business, how it has evolved into the biggest driver in the American economy, a few ways you can have a successful business, and finally I will be talking about how business can be a great platform for sharing the gospel and furthering the kingdom of God. Over the past 5 or so years, I've had the extreme privilege of not only working for several businesses, but also getting a behind the scenes look at how a business works, the do's and don'ts of a business, and the ups and downs. I can almost guarantee that every single one of you here is currently working for a business in one way or another, or has worked for one in the past. Business can be a great career for you, and there is a lot of stories of successful businesses. For instance, in 1946, Truett Cathy opened a restaurant called the Dorf Grill, known today as the Dorf House. This business became mildly successful, and so in 1967, he opened another restaurant, this one called Chick-fil-A. Today, Chick-fil-A is the third largest fast food chain in America, with over 2,600 locations in 47 states. In 2019, their sales exceeded over $12 billion, according to the Business Insider. This is just one of the many examples of a successful business in the United States. With the U.S. being built on free enterprise and capitalism, it has never been easier for one's dream to become a reality. Such examples would include Microsoft, Apple, McDonald's, and Walmart. Here I have a few of the businesses that I just mentioned, when they were established and how successful they had become in just such a short time. Walmart was established in 1962 and now has a net worth of $429 billion. Apple, established in 1976, now has a net worth of $2.85 trillion. Microsoft, established in 1975, has a net worth of $2.5 trillion. McDonald's, established in 1955, now has a net worth of $185 billion. And Amazon, started only 28 years ago in 1994, now has a net worth of $1.5 trillion. With all these businesses in the U.S., it has created competition, and with free enterprise and capitalism, it is only natural that happens. This is why it has become one of the biggest drivers in the American economy, with over 7.7 million business establishments, meaning they have one or more employees, and 32.5 million businesses total, according to business journals. While starting a business and running one in America is much easier than any other country by far, it is still a challenge. There is a lot of risk, and being able to stay ahead of competitors and stay afloat is not an easy task. There is a lot of work in making sure a business stays running and can become successful. First, you have to have an idea and a dream, and then you have to be able to turn that idea or dream into a running business. Once you have a business running, one of the most important things that you can do is monitor your KPIs, your key performance indicators. KPIs would include your profit and loss. Where are you making money? Where are you losing money? When you're losing money, how can you minimize this and possibly terminate that loss? P&L or KPIs would also include your demographics. What clientele are you reaching out to? This will help with finding a location, and also it will help you reach out to that certain clientele as well. Another great thing to have when running a business is good communication and godly leadership. Having good morals and godly leadership is super important in your duty as a follower of Christ, which brings me to my final point. Not only can a business provide a great career, but it can also provide a great platform for sharing the gospel and furthering the kingdom of God. One great way of doing this is through godly leadership to your employees and having godly morals to your clientele. Having business integrity is another great way to show the light of Christ. And business can also be a great platform for sharing the gospel, whether it be employees, your clientele, or whoever else comes in contact with your business. Having a business opens up a doorway to many different people that have never heard the gospel through your business, or they can be influenced by you treating them in a godly manner. Another great way to use a business is through having a business such as a nonprofit organization with their main focus being on sharing the gospel. Organizations such as YWAM, Samaritan's Purse, and the Salvation Army have grown tremendously and have made a huge impact for Christ. Being involved in a business and having a career in it can be a great adventure. While there are definitely risks and challenges in having a business, it can have a huge payoff, and there isn't a better place to do that than in the United States. Nothing great comes easy. It takes work, it takes faith, it takes trust, and it takes a lot of prayer. In concluding all this, I hope that I have shown you at least a little bit about how big of a role business has in the economy, the country we live in, and how it can be used to further the kingdom of God, and also how it can be a great career for you. Thank you and have a great night.